Bear markets are meant for building, and we have been building at a faster clip than usual in the first half of the year. Many research projects are coming together and reaching close to production stage, so a dev update was long overdue. Here's the latest going on at FXPhysics. The highlight of the first semester is without a doubt how the development of Alchemy surprisingly unfolded. Alchemy is the latest system being built at FXPhysics, one that will primarily target assets that are highly decorrelated with equities. The system started with a few markets and has progressively been widened to an expanded portfolio. Specifically, the system has been designed to trade commodities such as Bitcoin, gold, grain, natural gas, oil, and an aggressive long-short strategy on the S&P 500 to run it all up. For those of you who have been part of our Discord since the beginning of the year, you've been able to witness the complications of building a quantitative system from the ground up, and this one was a handful for sure. I faced major technical setbacks due for the most part to a lack of reliable and timely data from my vendor, but I was eventually successful in ironing out these quirks at the beginning of June, and Alchemy has been very steady ever since and gained about 14% in a mere 2 months despite the chaotic financial environment, which is quite astounding for an experimental system. In fact, the job that it is doing right now is so incredible for an experimental system that if that pace were to keep going through the end of December, I might fast track its roadmap to open subscriptions as early as the start of Phase 3, which is currently scheduled for January 2023. And for those of you who are not only smart enough to join our Discord, but who also sent me technical contributions via email, you will soon receive a 6-month voucher as a thank you. That voucher will enable you to sub to the system for free on Collective 2 upon release. At $150 sub fee per month, that's a $900 gift right there. I already uploaded Alchemy's term sheet on our website if you are curious about the system's technical specs. Next up is Portfolio Trader Pro, which has been our flagship workhorse since 2016. It has kept outperforming the S&P 500 by realizing about twice the risk-adjusted return and remains head and shoulders above comparable 5-star Morningstar funds. This year is no exception so far, right in line with theoretical expectations. This long-only equity system has once again kept its drawdown to half that of the S&P 500 with a cumulative return since inception that's still right on par with the index. On to ES Prodigy now. The system is currently undergoing its Phase 3 and it is still in a relatively mild drawdown of about -12% after spiking to -31% in the heart of the bear market. Now keep in mind, that's after scoring a return of 103.1% in 2021, so the system is holding its risk-adjusted profile very tightly overall. It has also benefited since June from the development of Alchemy with the integration of the leveraged long-short subsystem on the S&P 500 index. This upgrade is naturally expected to improve the risk-return profile of the overall trading solution even more going forward. As it is, I'm considering transitioning the development of ES Prodigy to Phase 4 and opening it for full-on subscription on Collective 2 as soon as January 2023. Performance tracking on our website, however, will remain linked to my FX book because this track record encompasses more of the system's history and it is therefore more complete and transparent for you to do your own due diligence. Moving on. Portfolio Trader Dash is currently in Phase 3 of its development on Collective 2. The system has been in full-scale risk management mode since the beginning of the year but has realized less risk than the index despite being 50% leveraged. I believe it is still way too early to upgrade it to Phase 4 though, and mainly for marketing reasons. It is hard to promote a system with a negative return since inception, no matter how positively abnormal its risk-adjusted profile is. The core audience is simply not sophisticated enough to get it, and I have to come to terms with it. So in all likelihood, Phase 4 will be achieved once cumulative returns reach at least the size of the max drawdown. And finally, FX Entropy is still under development in Phase 1. I have been testing many different trading biases left and right in the first half of the year. Remember, this system is purely designed with theoretical math, meaning that no statistics or backtests were involved at any time during the development process. The nature of the beast here is that this type of design has to mimic the core probabilistic characteristics of the underlying market, which means in our case that a positive expectancy has to be achieved through a very low win rate. Can the random subscriber cope with it? Well, likely not, because human nature is not well suited to lose small often, even if it means winning big in the end. So I have to dig for a larger blend of systems in order to make it more palatable. That means more work ahead and an extended Phase 1 before I can freeze the subsystems included in this Forex solution and start the Phase 2 calibration runs. Regarding the development of this channel now, The number one priority for 2022 remains to fully complete Series 3 and wrap up the free course section with it. That leaves another 7 episodes in Series 3 through the end of the year, or roughly 1 episode every 20 days. Obviously, my time is limited by how much effort I spend trading the market, so in case crazy volatility were to return, I might miss that deadline. But once again, year-end remains the goal for now. After that, the education series will be focused on Quantic episodes where I am analyzing, debunking, or improving upon trading-related concepts. I have a pipeline of topics that I want to address already, but let me reiterate here that I am totally open to your suggestions, so do feel free to drop me an email if you would like me to take a deep dive in a trading matter that you are not sure about or would like to see a fresh technical take on. Likewise, in 2023, I am expecting to really put more efforts towards the Market Insight series to deliver more up-to-date input related to the current market conditions. The alpha will obviously be technical and derived from my cross-asset algorithms. I rarely discuss the news because, aside from the entertainment value, there's little actionable takeaway there. You have other channels for that. But if you have been a sub of this channel for a while, that statement from me should not surprise you in the slightest. Answering your questions now. I would first like to address the repeated solicitations that I have received since the beginning of the year from brokers asking me to participate in their affiliate programs. Let me be very clear here. Unless I already trade with you, and I know for a fact that your service could be beneficial to my subs because it has been to my own trading, I will not collaborate with you. And especially if you are sloppy enough to not do your due diligence on my channel first, or sleazy enough to have binary options as part of your offering, forget it. So there's for clarity. I am no paid shill, and no amount of money will make me change my mind on the issue, so stop trying. Second question now that keeps popping up in my email. I am asked more and more when I will offer a paid masterclass in quantitative trading. Trust me, I know the garbage that's out there, and I understand that you would like to see one. I really am on the fence about this one, to be honest, and if I ever produce a course, it will be a literal zero to hero curriculum where I will teach you not just how to trade, but how to build an entire trading business. Because of that, it likely would not be just some on-demand videos like that. I would make it a point to make sure that you get there, and that would most certainly require some private mentorship. The end of the logic here is that I would most likely have to dedicate a lot of time to it, which will require me to make it very expensive, likely above $10,000, to make it worth my while versus trading alone. So that's where I stand at the moment. I still need to make up my mind about it, but if you sub to this channel, you will be made aware if anything is in the works. And last question. I am still being asked how to access the FXPhysics Discord channel. Well, first, it is now free to access. In truth, I applied some screening to it in the beginning, thinking that people would rush in given the worth of what's being delivered there. But after a few weeks, I quickly realized that even free content isn't free enough for most people, so the channel is now fully open until further notice. So have at it, at least for now. The link is in the description. So here it is. That will round it up for this first dev update. To those it may concern, look out for a message in your email with the 6-month voucher in the next few days. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop a comment and I will do my best to get back to you ASAP. Anyway, thank you all for subscribing and supporting this channel. Trade smart. I'll talk to you soon.